Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the IDEA webinar, where we're going to discuss common mistakes that entrepreneurs make when launching their idea and how to avoid them. So I hope that's where you intended to be tonight. We're going to wait just a few more minutes, not minutes, but maybe a few more seconds to allow a few more people to get into the room here. Let a few more people. I see quite a few people, lots of people signed in. And I'm going to check you guys out in the room there. People are slowly starting to come on. Some of y'all quickly, and I do appreciate it. A few more seconds and we'll get right on in. You guys are coming in pretty quickly. Awesome, awesome. This is the Idea to Income webinar. We're going to talk about mistakes that entrepreneurs make when they're attempting to launch their idea. And we're going to talk about how to avoid those mistakes. All right, well, we will jump right in. First off, I want to thank everyone who's coming in, who is in here now, and I really just want to tell you guys that I do not take it lightly that so many of y'all have signed up for the webinar, and I'm truly, truly grateful for you to think highly enough to share your life with me this way tonight. So, because your time is valuable to me, I'm going to ask you to eliminate all distractions. I'm going to ask you to grab your favorite snack. That's usually what I have to do to think a little better and to get a clear mind. I'm going to ask you to grab something to drink, ask your spouse to watch the kids, and go to a quiet place. Grab a pen and a notepad and take down notes. I want you to jot down anything that you find is memorable, something that strikes you that you may want to refer to later. And I really, really hope to make a lasting impact on you about your business and about your business dreams for that matter. Okay, now that hopefully you've gotten to a quiet place and hopefully you have no distractions, let me make sure, is everyone hearing me first of all? Just checking. Okay, sounds like things are coming in pretty clear, huh? Great, great, great. Okay, so now that the distractions are out of the way, let's make sure that everybody is actually in the right place. I want you to know, first of all, there will be no bait and switch. There's not going to be any tricks, no surprises, no surprise sales pitches, nothing that's going to just try and trick you into something. This webinar is actually for people who are very serious about going from dreamers and becoming doers. And I will, at the end, towards the end anyway, make an amazing opportunity available for you to enter a program with me if you really want to do that. If you want to, right now, become a dreamer and not just a doer. You are in the right place if you have a brilliant idea and you don't have a clue about which way to turn with it. You're lost. You're in the right place if you have made small strides towards launching a business, but you kind of got stuck. Kind of like the movie Failure to Launch. Y'all might hear me a lot make movie references because I'm a huge movie buff. You're in the right place if maybe you already own a business, point in your business where you need to level up. You just really need to take your business up a notch. If you're in any of those positions, then you're definitely in the right place. And if so, welcome in. I hope you get what it is that you're looking for today. So let me formally introduce myself. My name is Najla Thompson, and I myself am a dreamer. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm also a veteran real estate broker and owner of my company for about 15 years now. I'm the mother of two young female entrepreneurs. They own their own businesses, so I get to call myself a momtrepreneur. And my biggest accomplishment in life, I feel, is that I've been married for right at 23 years. And what you need to know about me, though, is that I have a heart for mentoring fellow dreamers and creative people who just need a little help in their endeavors to like take their passions in life and turn it into a lifestyle of purpose, profit, and pleasure. So you may be thinking to yourself, what is it that I'm going to get out of this seminar? What's the great takeaway for me? If you are thinking that, then let me show you my heart a little bit about today. It is my hope, and it's honestly my prayer, that you will leave the webinar feeling inspired to live your dreams. That you'll, at the end of this webinar, you'll feel encouraged with new ideas, and that you come up with concepts of your own for your own business. Concepts that you can put your dreams to is what I pray. I pray that you receive insight from my journey and from the journeys of others that I'm going to share with you. And I hope it gives you a sense of confidence and like a newly restored energy. I really, really want to see people make strides towards the life that you feel God has led you to live through business. And I know it's possible. I'm living proof that it's possible. 10 years before I even ever owned a business, I had a dream, a real dream. I guess you would call it a vision, because in that dream, I saw myself owning my own business. I was very, very young at the time, and I had just started my family. So I was in no position to think that I could do anything like become a real estate agent. It involved leaving my full-time job, leaving benefits on the table, and going to work that was completely commission. A dream, and it was so vivid to me. I can just remember that dream. It was so vivid that I was actually able to write down every single detail in the dream, like how many people I saw, what the table looked like, where I was standing. I mean, just so many details. And I believe that that dream was so real to me that it scared me. I think the exactness of that dream scared me. I believe now that, like, I think that God gave me that dream so that I would have something to hold on to for many, many, many years to come, because over the next very many years, I'd have to work very, very hard, things that I kind of felt like I was not meant to do, but I still worked with integrity, and I still worked out of a love for doing what I was doing. So Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision, make it plain. That scripture is completely true in my life. I didn't quite run with it, but it's very, very true. It took me a while to be able to run with it. The story goes on though. When I first started working towards being in business, it gave me a slogan, and I was able to see the slogan on billboards, on all of my printed materials, and in anything that I ever marketed. And the slogan read, my priorities are simple, they're yours. In my heart, I said, you know, whatever I do and however I do it in business, I am gonna do it. I hold up to this promise, which I believed God was giving me as an assurance that I was his priority, and that in return for his obedience and his attention to me in business, that I had to treat clients and customers the same way. So today, I want to tell you that my priorities for you as a mentor would be, and they are every time I mentor somebody. So in this web class today, my priority for you is to help you to get clear on what it is that you want to do with your dream. I also want you to realize that wherever you are now, I want to help you get to where you want to be, and to get you unstuck from the place that's holding you still. I also want to help you get moving, and I want to renew your mindset. I want to say something that sparks a renewed mindset and a renewed excitement about how it is to feel to just get things headed in the right direction. Not that you're going to get everything done tonight in the short amount of time that we're together, but I do believe that you can certainly be sparked to get things headed in the right direction. So very early on in my career, in my early years of entrepreneurship, I had so many misconceptions about what I thought entrepreneur success was and wasn't. When I think about some of the things I thought it was and wasn't, I kind of have to laugh now. Some of the things that I thought, the misconceptions I had, some were negative and some were positive. But the truth of the matter is that I've learned a lot through experience about what entrepreneurship is and what it is not, and what the success in entrepreneurship is and what it is not. So what entrepreneur success is not, okay, is not necessarily these things. A lot of these things you may think that it is because you may know people who currently own a business, or you may be caught in some of these habits yourself and thinking that this must mean I'm successful. But entrepreneurial success necessarily is not long hours and grueling work days. Many times as entrepreneurs, because we love our jobs and our careers and the businesses and the products and the services that we provide, we love it so much that we find ourselves doing what I like to call being busy about business, where we're just kind of spinning our wheels and we're not doing the very things that are going to be productive for us. And we're definitely getting caught in so many menial things that we're not approaching the things that are going to be profitable to us. Entrepreneurship and successful entrepreneurship is not all sleepless nights. I know that most entrepreneurs would agree that they've all had their share of nights just toiling and turning, worried about this and that, can't sleep at night, thinking about expenses, thinking about employees, close your eyes and you see rent, constantly putting out fires, can't rest the night before because you're concerned about the fires you're going to have to put out the next day. Well, that is not successful entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship in its success is not an endless cycle of feast and famine. Now, this one hits close to home for me, being a real estate broker. And it's something that I had to like literally wipe my mind clean of, because when you are in the real estate market, you're trained about the feast and famine cycle. You're constantly aware that the market is up and the market is down. You hear that almost every day from customers, from clients, from buyers, from sellers, from lenders. It's constantly ingrained in you. So before I ever even experienced that, I heard it so much that it was kind of like I was trained to expect ups and downs. And so for years, I thought that all of the things that I just discussed with you guys was successful entrepreneurship. And I thought it was just kind of what you had to go through to be a successful entrepreneur. But boy, I really found out I was wrong. So through mentorship, that's myself being mentored, and by having many successful businesses and many successful business people who have shared their journey and been very, very transparent with me and enabling me to learn from them, I've learned what I think successful entrepreneurship is. And so I believe now that, and this is in hindsight, this is some of the things that I would help to impart into your journey that you wouldn't have to learn from being behind and on the opposite side of these things. So what I've learned is that entrepreneurial success really it's getting super clear on the life you want to live by means of owning your business. It's understanding how to turn your profit into passion and how to have a meaningful impact on the world around you. It's feeling free to live out your purpose on your own terms in your business. It's having the freedom to invite God into your business. You don't have to worry about being criticized if you want to do that. You don't even have to worry about being politically correct. Of course, you're respectful of the views of others, but when you own your own business and it is in a faith-based environment, then others have to be respectful of your views. It's not having to trade time for dimes either. Or you may have heard people say trading dollars for hours or trading money for minutes. However, you've heard it. It's not about that either. When it comes to time and money in a successful entrepreneurial way, it's not about having to pick one or the other. And it's not about either time or lots of money. It's about having ample quantities of both those things present in your life. Now, of all the successful entrepreneurs I know, and through mentorship and just through watching other people who have grown a business and knowing people who have had longevity and success in business, I know that they really subscribe to a system of working smarter and not harder. What I find is that they are all about efficiency in their business. They're about sensibility with issues of time and people. They're all about accomplishment, but at the same time, they're able to enjoy abundance and have lots of enjoyment in their lives when it comes to money. So pretty much what I do know is that they know how to come correct, is what I call it. They just come correct in their business. They figured it out. They know how to work smarter and not harder, and they do it in full confidence. And they're happy to share those ideas with people who are maybe yet to travel the road that they've traveled. So this slide, for our, most people who know me know that I'm an avid Prince fan. So I wanted to talk to y'all tonight about what are the thieves in the temple. I'm a Prince fan and I don't want to be judged. I had to throw this in as a tribute. So the thieves in the temple, they are those sneaky little habits that sometimes you don't even realize you've fallen victim to. They're sneaky little habits and thought patterns that can come up on you, and they can rob you of all you need to live your life on purpose in your business. Let me see if you can see yourself in any of these situations, because I believe that if we identify these little thieves, we can annihilate them and we can make some real headway towards our business ideas, and we can put our goals at the forefront of our mind. These have worked for me, and these are things that you're gonna battle, not just one time. You're gonna battle these things as you approach turning your dreams into reality and developing a business idea. The first one is performance paralysis. Performance paralysis is when you just can't make a move. You have a whole ton of things in your mind and even in your heart at that rate that you know you want to do, and sometimes it gets desperate. You know that you desperately need to make these moves and you need to make some changes, but you just cannot get yourself moving. You can't get your thoughts moving, and you can't get your body and your mind to move towards the thing that it is that you should be doing. And you end up, you virtually end up paralyzed in fear because you're afraid of the outcome of taking the action. It could be that you're stuck in a job, maybe. It could be that you're stuck anywhere doing something that you know you just don't belong. You could even be stuck in some relationship maybe that's holding you back because of doubt. You could be, I don't know, you could be stuck in a relationship that's keeping you from trusting yourself. And then not trusting yourself leads to a vicious cycle of self-doubt, which is when you just second guess everything. There's not a decision that can be made that you're firm on. There's not a thought that you have about yourself that's positive. You just don't have faith in your own ideas for your business, and you're not confident enough to make a move. Then after a period of self-doubt has hovered upon you, you end up having a mindset that's ingrained with self-limiting beliefs. So in essence, you become your own worst enemy, and then you become your own limiting force. So there's nobody to blame at this point because you're doing all the devastation to yourself and you're hampering your own efforts. So I have to challenge myself a lot by saying, what story are you telling yourself, Najla? And I always will, in the process of coaching, get entrepreneurs to say, what story are you telling yourself? Because you're telling yourself something that is keeping you where you are, something that's causing you to be paralyzed, something that's causing you to doubt yourself, and something that's causing you to think in a limited way. So what's the story you're telling yourself? You've got to simply get beyond that point and get to where when that story starts to play in your mind, you have to just fail to listen. You have to just quit listening to it. And finally, the last thief in the temple, I like to call a stall mentality. And that's where you just keep telling yourself later, another day, I'm going to do it in 30 days. Okay, this month didn't go so good, so I'm going to try it next month. All right, well, look, I got pulled off and a whole bunch of other things came up, so I'm going to do it next year. Okay, I didn't quite hit the mark this time. I'm going to do it next time. But it's always a stall mentality when in reality, there's no better time than right now. There are a whole bunch of traps that can be set for dreamers and set for visionaries like you and like me. And hopefully we've already started to identify some of them and make a decision today that you're going to sweep your mind out. You're going to sweep those thoughts out of your mind and really get on your way. So let's talk about something that I call making a case for a business. And whenever I've approached a new business idea, either for my own gain or a business idea with a customer, a client, or someone that I'm in a coaching environment with, I will tell them that I believe a successful launch of a business, it has to have a few essential items. And these items have to be in place to ensure that it can go from just a good idea to a viable business. Some of these essentials are, and they kind of spell the word C-A-S-E, kind of cute play on words, camaraderie. Camaraderie is important because entrepreneurship can be lonely. When you're an entrepreneur, you look around at times and you feel very, very isolated because the average person you know is working a job where they don't have to have the same set of concerns and the same set of fears and priorities that you have to have. In a lot of the cases, you're living a lifestyle of sometimes sacrifice, at least for a while, because you're an entrepreneur that other people don't understand because they have built-in benefits like a paycheck every 2 weeks. And so it can become pretty lonely. So having camaraderie there can be a make or break thing. It is important that you have a network of supportive, understanding, and constructive people who either are where you are at the moment, they've been where you want to go, and it's just like a really precious commodity to know that you're in contact with somebody that understands, somebody that you can pick up the phone or you can shoot over an email, you can ask questions, you can say, has this ever happened to you? And if so, how did you handle it? It matters to the utmost that we have like a partner or partners who will hold our hands to the fire on deadlines, on tasks, on marketing plans, just somebody to keep us accountable so that as we're going about planning this business and implementing this business, that we hit the marks that we intend to hit. It's a factor of oversight. We also need, as entrepreneurs, we need support for our emotional, spiritual, and physical needs. Because all the areas of our being that I just discussed, all those areas, they become extremely taxed during launch, per se. They become extremely taxed during just the day-to-day running of your business. And we also need execution. Execution is everything. It's the final essential. And to me, it is, I guess it's key, I would say, to have someone who will make sure that you get the wheels turning, someone who knows that you've got an actionable plan. The plan is actionable, but you have to be actionable yourself. And sometimes we get discouraged. And sometimes we just flat out get tired as entrepreneurs. Sometimes we're wearing ourselves thin and we're just worn out and we don't have the drive to keep going or to keep going at the pace that we need to keep going. So to have someone there to oversee our execution is critical also. So I know you're probably thinking, she sure is saying a whole lot of stuff. I want you to know these things are learned by experience. They're learned because I myself am in business and have been for quite a while. They're learned because I've helped many entrepreneurs to open, start, and jumpstart their own businesses. So I say that because I want you to understand that I'm not some fly-by-night coach. I'm actually a mentor who, I guess I want to lead into this. I can say that the proof of the pudding is in the eating. That's something I used to hear when I was very young. I don't know if y'all have heard that, but the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And that goes for mentorship and for business as well. It's kind of like you don't know if something works unless you have proof. And what better proof than to know that you experienced yourself that thing, or to know that you've helped someone else to experience. So let me introduce you to my friend and my client, Marisha Beckwith. Marisha, I watched her for very many years. I watched her to hold on to a dream of becoming a boutique owner and a personal stylist. Many years. I've watched her work several full-time jobs in healthcare because that's where her degree was most pertinent. After holding on to a few pieces of inventory, she actually got out there and bought a few pieces of clothing. She did that as an act of faith. Then she got to where she just flat out decided to commit. And right when she decided to commit, we partnered and I became her mentor. So in this mentoring relationship, she was able to get clear on which way she wanted to enter the market. She still kept her full-time job, but we had a mindset shift there. Through coaching, we started teaching her to think of that full-time job as an investment into your business. Everybody's not going to be able to just up and quit their job. Most entrepreneurs will be like I was, where for years and years, I worked on another job with the dream of and the aspiration of owning that business. So Marisha got super concise on her plan. She launched her boutique online. We had to really look at some creative marketing techniques, which we did master together. And she had to get really clear on, because this is a saturated market, most would say, she had to get clear on what her brand was going to be about. And she was able to close out her first month. Officially, she closed out her first month in business with over 3 times the revenue that she projected she would have. She actually contacted me and called me and said that when she went to the bank, the banker asked her, how much money do you think will be going through this brand new business account that she was setting up? And she gave them X amount of dollars. Well, at the end of, I think, a 5-week period, she called me and said that she had made a little over 3 times that. So that's exciting. And that's the kind of results that I believe a well-implemented plan, a person with a dream, and a good mentor can achieve. So one of the things I always say in my business now to my clients and my students is, you deserve it. Will be there to tell you, I will. You deserve it. You deserve the results that you know you can get if you apply yourself. And it's time to say yes to yourself. You are worth it is the next thing that I like to tell people. You deserve it. It's time to say yes to yourself, and you're worth it. So if there's a fire being lit in your entrepreneurial soul, just by hearing some of these things, then just keep listening and consider committing to work a little bit closer, because this opportunity at the end may just be the thing to get you to just to go full-fledged at it and get you to really, really trust yourself and trust the dream that's been planted in your heart, that it's not been placed there by error, it's not been placed there on a whim, and it's not been placed there by chance. It's for a specific outcome, and it's to the betterment of your life and the people in your life. The results can be epic. If you follow any of my teaching, then you know that I always say the results can be epic. Some people will say don't overpromise, but I really truly believe that if you take the time to say yes to yourself, we can see some epic results. We are kindred spirits. We are kindred spirits. I say that because I am a person who's been exactly where you are. If you identify with some of these things that we've talked about that are keeping you stuck, and if you're at that point where you just refuse to be stuck another day, you have to, and you want to, and you will get unstuck and get into action. I'm here to remind you that I've been there, and that I spent 10 long years before I even took action on a dream that I knew was more than a dream. So every month I hold a small intensive entrepreneurial workshop in my local area called the Sweatless Entrepreneur. And that workshop, we do an exercise, and we usually have a pretty well-rounded mix of business owners, people who have an idea, and people who just kind of don't know what it is that they're meant to do in life, and they just want someone to help them to develop their dreams and understand, just understand more about why they're made the way they are and how it can be used in a business. So we hold these workshops, and we hold them throughout the year. Like I said, just people from so many walks of life, stages of life, and stages of business and walks of business. We do an exercise where we write down the things that we want to attain. Each person writes it down. It's on a sticky chart. And then at the end of the exercise, we'll kind of look, and anything that's a common denominator from every page that's submitted, we put onto one big old group board. And we've done that exercise over and over in every single class. No matter how diverse the group is, we've developed a list that I like to now call the Entrepreneurial Universal Truths. And on that list, these are a few of the things that always come up. And I'm sure if you have that entrepreneurial burn, then you're going to see yourself in some of these things. These are the truths. As entrepreneurs, we all want to make a lasting mark. We don't want to just get a check, go to a job, get a retirement, and then be done. That's it. I did life. We want to make a lasting mark. We all want to reach far and wide. We don't want to just do something that was good for me, my husband, my wife, my son, my daughter. We want to do something that's going to reach further, and something that's going to be longer lasting. Legacy. One of my dreams for entrepreneurship was that I wanted to do something that would impact my life, my parents' life, my children's life, and my children's children's lives. We all want to enjoy our time more. One of the things I find, no matter how many different people participate in this exercise, I find that they all say they want to own that business so that they can get back more time. They want not just flexible time. Everybody thinks that, oh, you work for yourself, so you don't have a schedule. That's an untruth. The truth is you do have a schedule, but you just want to have more enjoyment out of the time that you do get away from your business. The other thing that we want, we desire, in fact, to better the lives of our community and those around us. I find a really serious, deep digging sense of community in people who aspire to be entrepreneurs. And to sum it all up, we want a profitable lifestyle business. We want a business that allows us to live a very good life of profit and of pleasure. So, you is, are you trapped in the 50 first dates lifestyle? So, because I'm a movie buff, here's another movie reference. I don't know how many of y'all know this movie. You may remember it. I'm probably dating myself, but my youngest daughter said it was one of her favorites ever. It's probably because I've made them watch it too many times in a lifetime for a young girl. But it's called The 50 First Dates. And this movie is about a girl who has lost her memory. Every day, everyone around her and everything that she does has to be reset to the day that she lost her memory, because they do not want to spook her. It's imperative that they reset everything and repeat the same day over and over and over, as not to spook this girl, until one day she actually regains her memory. You're stuck in the 51st days lifestyle. This could be on your job. This could be in a relationship. This could be, this could actually be in business. But you're stuck in a cycle where it's kind of like each day is the same day. It's a different day, and you know that it's a different day because they've got different names, but they all look the same. Each day is the same. It's got a different name, and then there's a weekend. That is not fun. No fun at all. So if you're in that cycle, I would say, and I've been in the cycle too, it's time to take a step back from your life. Take a step back out of the routine of your life and remember what it is that you really want in life. And when you step back out of that 51st date cycle, you really give yourself a chance to just stop it, to just literally, and you can get clear and you can get focused on what it is that you really want to do in life, what you're made to do in life. And talking about what you're made to do in life, I want to tell you, if you're on this call tonight, that you're not just a pile of quirky thoughts. I spent the majority of my life thinking that I was just such a weirdo and that I was such a just a quirky thinking person, because I can remember forever and ever ago when I was a kid, I can remember that every time somebody would ask me, what is it that you want to do when you grow up? I could never really say what it was that I wanted to grow up, but I did know that I wanted to own my own business. I grew up kind of thinking like, how come I can't just be like everybody else and say I want to be a nurse or a doctor or a lawyer or some of the other really good things that a lot of people around me are happy at and were doing, and I saw success. I just could never pinpoint what it is that I wanted to do, but I did know that I wanted to do something for myself and something that I hadn't seen a lot of other people do. So I say that to encourage you, because if you're like me and you feel like sometimes your thoughts and the things you dream of and the things that you're willing to try and the risk that you're willing to take for the life that you want, sometimes you get to where you think they're just weird. And sometimes people treat you as if you're weird. Like, why can't you just be like everybody else or most other people? I want to tell you that you've been given a purposeful set of characteristics. It's on purpose. It's not by chance, and it's definitely not something that just happened. It's a purposeful set of characteristics because you're to accomplish a predetermined thing. So you have a purposeful set of characteristics for a predetermined purpose. You're not just a compilation of quirky thoughts. You're a unique design for a particular purpose, and I believe you will rock at that purpose. So tap into it. So let me talk a little bit about the course and how purpose and the design that I believe God gives each one of us plays into our business life, okay? Because all this I'm tying back into the business idea and the aspect of business that you would like to explore. So let's talk. We're going to talk a little bit more about how you take that purpose, predetermined thoughts and ideas and the concepts that you have and how you make them into a business. So the first thing we do in this program is that we're going to identify your niche. You are the sum of experiences that's needed for a specific area in business. So that's your niche. Everything about you is just right to do something in business. Identify your target market. Who is it that is out there looking for what it is that you have? So there's not only are you a sum of experiences and habits and behaviors and characteristics and moods and everything that you need to be in a specific area of business, but you're needed by a specific type of client. There's a specific set of people who are out there and they will never get what it is that they're meant to get unless they come across you and your product and your idea, whatever it may be. We're going to talk also about brand, and we're going to hone in on what is your unique brand. You are already equipped for this. The fact that you're the sum of the experiences that's needed in a specific area of business by a specific client. You also have a specific way that you have to show up to meet them. There's a specific language, there's a specific look, and there's specific details about your business that you have to develop so that you're able to get right to the people that you're called to be in front of. So let me introduce you to my business mentoring program. It's called the Breaking Basic Booster, and it's a 4-week webinar that's crafted to boost you from idea to income. Now, we've gone over some of the thoughts, habits, and behaviors that kind of keep you self-doubting, self-limiting. In the sum of things, they're all excuses, 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 excuses. I have been victim to them all. I hear them all in mentoring, and they try to come up on you every day in your business life and in your entrepreneurial journey. Excuses, excuses, excuses. No time. No money. Is it worth it? What if it doesn't work? What if nobody buys it? I'm too young. I'm too old. Not enough people are doing it. Too many people are doing it. You name it, and they just continue to come. So you have to have your mind equipped with things that combat those excuses. And you know the saying from the Bible that the truth will make you free. So the way to combat those excuses is to know that these are the truths about business. And these are the things that ward off the excuses from overtaking you. I hope that in this webinar, it's shown you that I hope that you can really help you to see past the excuses, to help you to see that there has to be an actionable pace if you're really gonna achieve your business dream. I hope that you see that these things can be done with a very low investment of time and a low investment of money. And on the basis of time, I hope you're starting to feel that there's no better time than right now. You should not let another year go by. You should not let another moment go by. Even if you don't feel prompted to put things in motion all just for personal gain, just remember that there are clients who are waiting on you to do the thing that you're meant to do. Power in intention. There's unbelievable power in intention, and that's something that I really truly believe in, the power of intention. When you intend to do something, you are on purpose about it. So I want to challenge you when it comes to your business idea, be on purpose about it no matter what has to happen. This is funny, but when I think about things that I want to make into a habit and I want to take them from just being something routine and take them into the habit phase of my mind, it kind of feels like to me, I want to put them in that space in my brain where toothbrushing is. Because if you think about it, you don't have to think every day to get up and brush your teeth. You don't have to schedule to get up every day and brush your teeth. And you don't have to convince yourself to get up every day and brush your teeth. Actually, you could never, ever, ever, most of us, see a day going by without brushing your teeth. So that's the kind of intention I want you to have about launching this business. I hope that this webinar gets you to a point where it's like toothbrushing. It's something that you know you have to do, and you have to do it every day. You can't let a day go by that you didn't do that task or take that step or, just do something in regards to your business. So because I truly try to, let me say it better. I don't just try, I endeavor, because I always have tried since I've become a business owner, to operate in faith. Faith for myself, faith for my clients, and faith for everybody that I interact with. And because of that, I want to offer a gift to anybody who enrolls in the course after tonight's webinar. It's going to be a free bonus. You'll be able to download this. I don't know if you have a vision board or you can keep it in digital form so that you have it, but it's something that has been my own personal but very, very effective list of confessions for supernatural business growth. I call them the ABCs of supernatural business growth. And I've used these for many, many, many years. And I was just led to put them into, I guess, a more structured form, and to put them into something that could be duplicated so I could share it with people who really understand that prayer changes things in life, and it definitely changes things in business. So many times we confess about our health, we confess about our family, we confess about a lot of things in life, but I'm not sure how many times people make positive daily confessions about their affairs in business. And so if you're an entrepreneur or you're an intended soon to become entrepreneur, what better way to start your journey than to start it in prayer and in faith, and to start it in the ABCs, which for me mean access, boldness, and confidence in business. So the program itself is the Breaking Basic Booster. And the program consists of 4 training modules, 4 weeks of all of the following. It's 4 weeks of online training with action guides. There's homework, live video classes. There's a membership into the Breaking Basic Facebook community, which provides the camaraderie piece. There's weekly question and answer office hours where you can catch me. You'd be able to catch me in group calls, Google Hangouts, and as I stated before, the program is designed to provide camaraderie, accountability, support, and execution for anyone who is serious about launching a business, who's serious about leveling up their business, or just wants to form up their idea of what it is that they're meant to do in life. That's the best way I could say that. So because I so wished that I knew when I was young in business of anything that was like this. When I was a newbie, I wish I knew of something that would give me guidance like this. I've decided to offer this program at a very special price of $297. I'm not sure how long that's going to last, but it's $297 tonight, and it's $297 on this webinar. The actual regular investment for the program is $497 if you are an entrepreneur and you've been out there looking for information, looking for guidance, possibly looking for coaching, then you know that a program like this goes upwards of $1,000. But I really wanted to make it easy for people to get training and to get knowledge. I wanted the people who say, oh, it's too expensive, I wanted to be able to come in and offer something at a price that they couldn't refuse. If you're serious, then $297, that's like a drop in the bucket. So I also wanted to put it at the $297 price because I felt like I could reach out to people who may otherwise not be able to get into any type of program. So for this very small investment, you can get a #1 top of the line from Optimal Experience, coaching and mentorship. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me at info@najeelathompson.com. And this quote hits really, really, really close to my heart. And it says that there's a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in doing something, you do it only when it's convenient. But when you're committed to doing something, you accept no excuses and only results. So I'm gonna leave you with that on the brain, and I hope to see you on the other side. I would really, really love the opportunity to work with you, and I appreciate your time tonight. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.